Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the propaganda machine. This is the Premier League Game Week 6 preview show, and as we do, we always start with the Arsenal. So the latest team news and injury updates for the game against Leicester are as follows. Mikel Merino, he's back in training, and the manager says this week will be too soon for him, but we should expect to see Mikel Merino make his debut for Arsenal next week. Tomiyasu, he's also back in training, so I'm not sure when he'll be back, but potentially in the next 2 weeks. David Raya, there's some uncertainty over whether he'll be fit for tomorrow's game. It's touch and go, but we'll find out in the next 24 hours. Odegaard, he's still out. Zinchenko, he's out. Urian Timber and Ben White, they'll both also be available for the game. So nothing new and mostly positive news. So with that in mind, here's my team for the game. David Raya in goal, no surprise there, as I think he will be ready. Urian Timber, left back. Ben White, right back. Saliba and Gabriel, the centre back pairing. Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in the middle. And this is where the surprise comes in, and I believe it's time that Mikel Arteta introduces Ethan Nwaneri. I've been calling for this for a number of weeks, but I do believe that this is the time that we will bring him in, and I'm very excited to see, especially off the back of the 2 goals he got in midweek against Bolton in our 5-1 victory in the League Cup. Bukayo Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left. I believe that this is his last chance. He's got to perform. He done very well against Man City, but the way Sterling was looking in that Bolton game, Sterling is ready to go. He got a goal and an assist, and we can't take too much as it is only Bolton, but he's getting goals and assists, so unlike some people. And Havertz up front. So that is my team for the game. Let me know what you think. Who would you start? Do you agree with Ethan Nwaneri playing, or are you for it? So in this game, I'm expecting a very, very comfortable display. Leicester, they're not the Leicester of old. Jamie Vardy, he's now 50 years old, so I expect Saliba and Gabriel to deal with him ever so efficiently, and I expect our attack to be too good for them. Bukayo Saka, he'll probably get a brace. He's going to be the danger man in this game. Havertz will also get joy. We're going to get a lot of joy in this game in attacking areas. As I saw them in the first game against Tottenham, Tottenham could have been 4 or 5 goals up, and against Arsenal, they're not going to get away with it. They will be punished, plus they're away from home. So this game could be a cricket score. My score prediction for this game, I'm going with a 4-0 victory for Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. Now we'll go into the rest of the games from the Premier League. The first game will be the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday, which will be Newcastle versus Manchester City. And I don't know what to make of this. Will Manchester City drop points after Rodri's injury, or will they come back firing just like they did at the start of the season? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, because Newcastle haven't looked good. They haven't impressed me in no games this season. And Man City did look a bit blunt against us, passing from side to side, no penetration. So I am actually going with a 2-2 draw. The next game was Arsenal versus Leicester. Brentford versus West Ham. Oh, West Ham, it's not been a very good season for them. They've been atrocious. They just got pummeled 3-0 by Chelsea, and it could have been 4, 5, 6. You could have put any number on it. To me, them and Everton have been the two biggest disappointments this season. Lopetegui, he's already under serious pressure. So I don't know what's going to happen in this game, but one thing I do know is Brentford, even though they've lost Vissa, Ivan Toney, they're without their new player. At home, they're quite a reliable side. I don't believe that they have lost at home. So in this game, I'm going with a 2-1 win for Brentford, and Mbeumo to score. Next game, Chelsea versus Brighton. Chelsea, they've had an unbelievable start to the season from where they finished off the season last year. And against West Ham, they might not have been at their fluid best, but going forward, they were very dangerous. And as I've said, I feel they're the best counter-attacking team in the Premier League, and I'm expecting a lot of goals in this game. A lot of goals, because we know going forward they're very good, but defensively I still have question marks. And as for Brighton, they are still undefeated. They ain't lost a game this season, and we already know Mitoma, Adingra, Minter, they have so many dangerous wingers. So this game I'm going with a 3-3 draw. Everton versus Crystal Palace. Neither of these sides have registered a win this season. It's not looking good for either side at the moment, but I'd say more so for Everton, because they've actually been in the lead in so many games and they can't see it out. Crystal Palace, they're kind of starting to gel in their attacking sense. They got a 0-0 draw against Man United last time out, and I feel the Eze, Mateta and Nketiah partnership will soon start to get them a lot of goals, and for that reason I'm going with a 1-1 draw. I don't think Everton will lose at home again, but I'm just thinking Crystal Palace, yeah, no goals last time out, but I think they can get one at least. Everton will probably take the lead and bottle it again. Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Oh, Nottingham Forest, another side undefeated this season. Could you believe it? They've been very good. They beat Liverpool, drew last time out with Brighton. They've looked like quite a good side. And Nuno Espirito Santo seems like he's getting the best out of all his players. So in this game, I'm expecting some goals and some good play, because Fulham, they're one of those teams that you just know they're very dangerous. They got quite a bit of a threat going forward now with Smith Rowe. Adama Traore's picked up his form. Reece Nelson off the bench. Jimenez even scoring goals. So I'm kind of thinking this is probably a 2-2. It's got a Desmond written all over it. Wolves versus Liverpool. Ooh, another 3 o'clock kickoff. Wolves, bottom of the league. They've had a horrible start to the season. Playing against Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle. So many difficult games. Even Newcastle. But a lot of it has been their own making. Because in the first half they look so good, but they just can't do nothing other than give away leads, only play for one half, and at this rate they only have themselves to blame. Gary O'Neill needs to sort it out fast because Liverpool are coming to town and they look very dangerous and very potent. They've got 6 attacking options and you just fear the worst for Wolves. They'll probably be winning this game 1-0, but I'm going with a Liverpool 2-1 victory. They won't be stopped in this game. So that was the 5:30 game on Saturday. Now the Sunday fixtures. First game, Ipswich versus Aston Villa. Oh, Ipswich, another team that just can't seem to get a victory. They've got a few draws, but they just can't seem to get a victory. They don't play the worst football. And now Villa's coming to town. Villa, they've been kind of struggling in first halves. The subs have been bailing them out, but that's mostly been at Villa Park. Will they get bailed out in this game? Or is it going to be one time too many and your luck just runs out? And I have a feeling Ipswich are going to get their first scalp of the season. 2-1 to Ipswich. It's going to be a very, very magical night for the Ipswich fans. 4:30 kickoff Sunday, the big one. Manchester United versus Tottenham at Old Trafford. Some of you might call it the who's getting sacked first derby, or Sackico. I don't think it's at that stage yet, but this fixture could determine the fate of both managers. A draw might not be the worst thing for either side, but a loss could spell fatality, especially for Man United, as they have Chelsea, Aston Villa and West Ham in their next 3 games after it. You'd probably expect them to beat West Ham, but Chelsea and Villa sitting in 3rd and 5th currently in the table. You just fear the worst. You fear the worst for Man United if they don't get a result against Tottenham. I said I can't see them getting more than 4 points from these 4 fixtures. So I guess we're gonna see, can Ten Hag get at least 7 to 9 points to prove that he is the right man for the job, or is he just gonna come unstuck? And as for Ange, he seemed to get very lucky the other day against, who was it, Coventry in the League Cup after the loss in the North London derby, but they beat Brentford and now they also won with 10 men in the Europa League, so there might be better times ahead for Tottenham. So in this fixture, I'm going with a 2-2 draw. I think it'll be 2-2. That's probably what I'm going with. Yeah, 2-2. Desmond. Last game, Bournemouth versus Southampton on the Monday. Southampton, they have been horrible, horrible, horrible. They're probably the side that I think will be bottom, 20th. It's not looking good for them at all. And Bournemouth, they haven't looked too bad. They've lost Solanke, but it's not affected them too much. They're getting goals here and there, and you'd expect them to be safe around 15th to 12th, anywhere in those positions. And I just feel, even though their manager's got a touchline ban for this game, they're going to be too much for the Southampton side. So I'm going with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. So those are all the fixtures, and here's a look at all the predictions in full. Let me know if you agree with those predictions. So guys, that's been the Premier League Game Week 6 preview. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Bless people.